Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I would like to share with you a few insights about how we can power healthcare with modern data management tools. My name is Theo Riffel. I'm CPO and co-founder at Arcan. Arcan is a startup that helps hospitals to better manage the data. And the idea is to make this data quality and enhancement that we have talked a bit today for once, so that it can benefit the hospital and also the entire ecosystem. So I think many of you share this observation. Data in hospitals is highly heterogeneous. It is siloed between the different hospital softwares. It's not standardized, not in terms of format or semantically as well. And every single extraction that you want to do is costly and very time consuming. So that's the current situation that we face in every hospital. And that's why at Arcan we have decided to address this problem by deploying data architectures for each hospital that will integrate the data from each software, aggregate this data, and standardize it in standard formats like OMOP or FHIR. So the idea is to have one single ground truth of data per hospital when you're trying to do like projects in-house or with partners. So this is our data architecture. It is comprised of a integration engine. So that's basically, we are using dbt under the hood. We are connecting to all these remote sources and standardizing the data into OMOP and FHIR. It works together with an NLP engine. So that's basically an NLP algorithm that will scan all the documents that we have inside the hospital to extract all medical terms, so diagnosis, procedures, also and dates. And together, so we enrich this data and we store it in our data lake. So our data lake is comprised of a columnar-based database. So that's ClickHouse for those who know it. And then it is served through APIs and SQL formats. So APIs with FHIR and SQL format with So the idea here is that using this data architecture, we are able to have one single ground truth for all the hospital data. This is what we use in-house to build our projects. So we have just launched a new product that is called Arcan Explore. It aims to help clinical teams doing pre-screening and cohorting. But it's also a huge opportunity for other projects. So we are deeply convinced that there is opportunities to exploit using LLMs in healthcare. I will give you a few insight about this. And our conviction is that this, to really work, needs to rely on data architectures. So let me open these two boxes. First, Arcan Explore. So that's a project that's aiming to help clinical research teams to be autonomous on the data processing part, to be able to pre-screen and to build cohorts of patients. The idea is that you have one single application where you can define criteria like diagnosis, procedures, and actually with standard code. So we have just mentioned using SNOMED and other terminology. That's what we also use under the hood. And the reason why it's interesting to build on top of data architecture is that actually this criteria, like if as a doctor I want to search for a chronic kidney disease, I will search using the NLP pipeline also on all and every document that have been integrated into the hospital. So you search on structured and unstructured data. And because you rely on powerful data engines like ClickHouse and Elasticsearch, you get instant results. So that's the whole idea, is that you can like leverage all the power of the data that is under the hood. And that's basically just an application, and the power of this application is really below on the data architecture side. So that's for Arcan Explore, but also as I told you, we are like big believers that LLMs have a role to play in healthcare. As you may know, we have some issues with LLMs when it comes to hallucination, for example. And retrieval augmented generation is actually a promising way to try to combat these hallucinations. How does it work? The idea is that basically you will provide very precise context to your model so that it can have more grounded answers for your given problems. We can take a small example. Let's say I'm a doctor and I have this question about my patient on a specific pathology, say chronic kidney disease another time. And I will use this question that I have to forge a query on my documents using the vector database, and also to forge a SQL query on my structured OMOP database. And that will return me specific context that then I will feed to my best medical LLM, should I have it in-house, or I can also use external models. And this will help you to get more precise and accurate responses. So again, the idea here is to say that this works because you can query instantly standardized databases that give you precise and accurate results, and that give you this context to forge and to construct the response of your problem. So our conviction here is that data architectures and all the tools that we use below, so I mentioned DBT, Spatie for the NLP side, ClickHouse, and all these technologies that actually are open source, will have actually a very important role to play in developing this new LLM application to improve patient care. Thank you very much.